Hello everyone, another time lapse of this time of Powerpuff Girls. I'm going to be putting this on that clutch wallet, the one with the hearts that I made a while ago, the same one that I did the Powerpuff Girl logo for. So I'm finally getting around to doing this. I decided to make the girls bigger to put on the wallet, after seeing that other people on YouTube have actually put characters on the front of wallets, but they've been bigger. So this went a whole lot easier than what I was trying to do, and which was make him really small. So here I'm working on Blossom. I decided to do some layering, but most of this is puzzle. So the only thing that's layering is that all the puzzle pieces I'm going to layer on this black background. So that's the only puzzle part, or layering part. The rest is puzzle. So it was fun. Puzzle's always interesting. So of course duct tape does not have the correct colors for these girls, so I'm gonna have to use some brighter colors. So instead of that kind of pastel red that Blossom is known for, I had to use a bright pink, which still works. So, and her hair is kind of light orange as well, but I had to use the bright orange because that's all we have to work with. The skin tone is actually also going to be a bit different because, there's no skin tone that is that light. So I had to go with the, what do you call it? The beige tape. I call it tan tape. So it's the closest skin color that duct tape makes. So here I'm just freehanding those very small shoes and her eyes. So this actually went a lot better than I was expecting. It only took me 2 days to do them. Blossom took me a little bit longer because it was the first time I was doing this and I screwed up a few times. So Blossom took me one night. And then Bubbles and Buttercup I did tonight, and they both actually only took an hour. So I was very happy. Where Blossom took like, gosh, I don't know, probably 2 hours. So I was very happy that I got both Bubbles and Buttercup done in one night. And an hour to boot. An hour each, so. So yes, here are her little headband tails here. Once again in that hot pink. I do like it though. The colors still play nice together even though they're brighter. So, I like it. So we're just cutting out her eyes now. I screwed up on her eyes. I should have done the white first and then came back and did the color, which is what I did for Bubbles and Buttercup, but I wasn't thinking. So, but it still turned out alright. I like how this turned out. It makes the wallet really thick, obviously. But yeah, I don't think I will be, unless someone orders it from me, I don't think I'll be putting, especially big logos on clutches. If I do a logo, I'll make sure that it's only on the flap part, the very, very top part, so that it doesn't have to fold with the wallet. Because it just makes it a little, cumbersome to kind of try and fold. So I know that looks really dark. But it's also in shadow. It's actually not that dark, and it actually works really well. So, yeah, so it was about the time I finished, yeah, about here, when I realized, oh, I didn't do the whites of the eyes, so I have to go back and do those. But it's funny, their faces remind me of the, they're very reminiscent of the rebel, oh, what is it? The rebel symbol of Star Wars. I didn't realize that until I started cutting them out. And I'm like, this looks really familiar. It was awesome. I had a chuckle at that. So, we're almost done here. This was really hard to do because it was, you know, all flimsy. Because I'm trying to cut these out of tape that's, or of a pattern that's already mixed up. So I almost forgot her last piece of hair. So once again, it's really hard to do this when, you know, most of the picture is gone, but I managed. Live and learn, and I certainly learned. Bubbles and Buttercup go a lot easier and a lot smoother, especially Bubbles. Bubbles came out perfect. So, just straightening out her hair, which is kind of hard because, you know, it's all wavy and all those lines. But it worked. So I'm just cleaning up some threads here. And on to the, or no, sorry, I forgot her mouth. So I just decided to freehand it. And on to the next, which is Bubbles. So, my original plan was to do all the elements together, so I was going to place all the, you know, tracks here of their, you know, blue, pink, and green trails, but that didn't work. So, I just ended up screwing things up when I tried to multitask like that, so I just decided to do one picture at a time, and it went much smoother. So you see I have to use 2 pieces of tape here to get Bubbles' trail out, because their trails are actually a little bit bigger than Blossom's, because they're off to the side where Blossom is coming right at you. So there's Bubbles and Buttercup's trails are a little bit bigger, I should say, so they need 2 pieces of tape. I tried to do it with one, but it just didn't work. So once again, those tiny shoes. So those are not fun, and the legs aren't much better. So I ended up doing those first because those were the pain, and yeah, I just wanted to get those out of the way, move on to easier stuff. So I ended up most of the time, I think Buttercup was the only time I didn't have to freehand the shoes. And then it's about that point when I tried to put the shoes on the wallet where I realized I never cut out the black background for Bubbles, so I had to go back and cut out the black silhouette. So, kind of goofed. So, not much to say on this time lapse. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, it was hard because of all the thin lines and all the curves. The girls are definitely not the easiest thing to cut out, especially when it comes to the details. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. It's only 9:20. I don't know why I'm tired, but I can't go to bed yet. I still got one more thing to do tonight. So I'm excited. So excited. Tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, the 16th of September. I am so excited. Mark the date. Tomorrow I will be going to my mom's school in the afternoon to teach my very first elementary school art class. So I'm not getting paid for it, but I volunteered my time, and I am so excited. My mom found this really awesome contest for Constitution Day, Constitution Day is the September 17th. So it's the day after I'm there, but that's okay because I'm going to be teaching 2 classes, both 2nd grade. And the contest is they have to come up with a picture of, like, different symbols, so with the Constitution, American flag, eagle, things like that. They have to come up with a picture to symbolize pretty much America. So, and they'll have 4 days to do it, because whoever's doing it, I can't remember who's doing it, but the contest people need it to be postmarked by October 1st. So they'll have the rest of September to work on it. So I get to do a little teaching tomorrow, since I need to tell them a little bit about Constitution and all that good stuff, because they're only 2nd grade, so they're not going to really know too much about it. But they need to know at least a little bit so that they can make their pictures. So I am very excited. And then October we have another contest. And then after that, at least for November and December, there really aren't any contests. So then I will be coming up with my own things for them to do. I already have a few things in mind for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I did have things in mind for Halloween, but it doesn't look like we're going to be doing those. But that's okay. Contests are more important, especially when it comes to elementary school kids. So you really want them to do some contests. At least from my administrator's point of view. So, but I'm very excited. I cannot wait. And the best part is my mom will be in the room with me, like helping. So I get to spend a little bit of time with her at her job, which I haven't spent any time with her at her job since I was a little girl and I was homeschooled. I used to go with her. My mom used to be a music teacher, and I used to go with her to school and, kind of see how that all worked, which gave me a new perspective when I went back to school. So yes, we are just finishing up Bubbles here with her mouth, and next will be Buttercup. And so once again, just more of the same, doing that little trail first. And you won't see much of it because this is 8 times normal speed, but I actually do hurt myself here. Yep, right there. So you don't see it, if I didn't point it out you probably wouldn't have noticed, but I was being dumb and I ended up hitting my finger into the point of the X-Acto knife, and yeah, that hurt. It feels better now. So, but yeah, that's smarts. So be careful. Be careful when using the X-Acto knife. So you can see my band-aid, and I fuss with it for a while because it hurts, and I think I had the band-aid too tight most of the time, so it was like making my finger pound, like with every beat of my heart, which only hurt more. So, but then after a while I just took it off because it wasn't bleeding anymore and it felt better. So it wasn't too bad. I have had far worse. So just placing the silhouette, and as you can probably tell, I'm going a lot faster now because by the 3rd one I pretty much have it down. So this is Buttercup is just like Bubbles, just in the opposite direction. But her face is different because she has that kind of mean girl scowl to it. That was fun to cut out. So just putting her stockings on and her shoes, and now we're gonna do the eyes. If you are doing the girls and they're about this size, heaven forbid you do them smaller. I have tried to do them smaller than this size, and it is terrible. I would not suggest it. But if you are doing the girls, just remember to do the whites of their eyes before you do pretty much anything else. So do a black background for them, and then do the whites of their eyes, and do the stockings and shoes and the and their little eye shine, which is that right there. Do all that first. Do all your white first, because those are the smaller details. So yeah, do those first and save yourself a headache. That is what I have found from doing this time lapse. That is like the easiest way to do any of them, which is how I should have done Blossom, but hey, she was my first one, so you gotta learn from something. So here I'm just doing the green. So just do really, this goes for pretty much any painting, any decal. Do your small details first, because those are really hard to do after your template is all, screwed up and, all the things are popped out. So just do those first. Except for facial features, especially when you're doing faces like this where you cut out, pretty much a big sticker, and then you're going to place the facial features on last, on top of it, like layering. Then you can, you can leave those, but things like eyes and stockings and shoes and things like that, especially when they're small like this, I would suggest doing those first. So I did the face, and you saw I was trying to cut out the eyebrows too, like her little scowl to I don't know, save on time, I guess, but all it did was waste tape. So I ended up just cutting the face out and then adding the eyebrows and the mouth to it. So I just cut around the eyes, cutting off those little eyebrows that stick out there, and then I'll add those in a second. That was the easiest way I found to do it. So once again, the rebel the rebel symbol. And now we're gonna take, I have a really tiny piece of tape there that you've seen me use for the mouth, and I just use those for the eyebrows. I used the template, but then I ended up pretty much freehanding it anyway. So, and I'm happy these didn't break when I tried to get them up. I was really surprised. I thought those would break in a heartbeat, but they didn't. So there's one, and here's two, and then I'll do her mouth, and that'll be it. Then we'll end the video, and I'll move on to something else. I don't know what yet. I'll figure it out. So I put the mouth on, but it's a bit too big, so I cut it down. Alright all, thank you for watching this time lapse. Here is our finished product. So here's how the wallet looks when it's closed. They kind of wrap around. And then inside, of course, I'll show you this one more time. The inside, the Powerpuff Girl logo. And then, of course, when it's opened, they're all there. They look very cool. I'm really happy. So if you like this time lapse, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, and leave your comments, questions, or requests in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope to see you in the next video.